Hello there, and welcome back to the channel, and another beer tasting. Why do I enjoy these tastings more than anything else? I do enjoy tasting new food and snacks and things. As I always seem to do, I come across some interesting beers, and some new beers actually, in my local 7-Eleven. Actually, there are times when I come across some even more interesting beers at the 7-Eleven close to my office in Chepivera, in that area near to the Obispado part of Monterrey. Anyway, the one that I found this afternoon in the local 7-Eleven is one called Penco. I haven't tried or seen this beer before, although I think I've heard the name Penco through various social media sites and about beer, obviously. It's a lager style beer, and I found it in the fridge. It's like this secret fridge that only those who know it's there grab beers from it. Next to it was a light beer, Penco Light. Obviously, I didn't pick up a can of that, as I have this aversion to light beer. I absolutely detest Cerveza Light. Tecate Light, and even those that they call ultras, which are terrible things. They're beers that lack in any kind of flavour or substance, in my opinion, anyway. Strangely, in Britain, we do have beers of a similar level of alcohol, around 3.5%, I think. But in Britain, we call these session beers. And these beers have far more flavour than every single light beer in Monterrey put together, really. I was trying to find something about the Penco brewery, because I don't really know where it's from. Apparently, as I found out, it's from Monterrey, actually in San Nicolas, I think, though I'm not totally sure. But in the Google search, it showed the one that I'm going to try, plus the light, which we'll never try, and also one called Special. And the can looks lovely. It's this black upper part and the lower third, I think, quarter, is this nice decorative part. What this beer is like, I don't know, as I haven't seen it yet, but it could be a dark beer, rather like maybe an Indio, so Vienna style, or it may be a much darker beer like Negro Modelo, or almost bordering on a stout in colour. I'm not quite sure. I must keep my eyes peeled to try and find it. As I've mentioned, Penco is from Monterrey, and it's one of those many new brews from here in Monterrey. It's staggering how many new breweries there are here in Monterrey. I mean, you have Albur, which is closer to where I live in Guadalupe, and I actually plan to visit the brewery and have a look around the place. I'll contact them and get some permission. But also we have brews like Escenario, Propaganda, Rey, which I tried, although I wasn't totally enamored with their London brew. It's just so great when you go to the Monterey Beer Festival, which is held every year, but bloody expensive to get in. And the beers are expensive too. But you do get the chance to try some very interesting new beers, like I did with my friends from a scenario who tried their barley wine out on me. 13% alcohol. Ooh, that finished me off. Anyway, on to the beer. So here is the beer. I haven't seen this in bottles, only in cans, and I thought if you see a new beer, get the chance to grab one. So it's a Cerveza Clara, so Pilsner style beer, and as is normal, 5% alcohol. Rather similar, or maybe a little more than a Tecate, but it's kind of the average in terms of German or Belgian beers for a run-of-the-mill beer. So there we are, we've opened it. So here we are. The glass is actually one from Estrella from Spain. Very nice glass that I picked up. Don't know where from. Must have been from a multi-pack with free glass. But very nice design. So let's try it. Nice colour. Nice head too. Yeah, I love the banding on this glass actually. Oh, that's a nice aroma. Very fruity, almost like honey in some ways. Yeah, it has a honey-like aroma. Interesting. Certainly a nice colour to the beer. It does have a honey-like aroma, colour to it, as well as the aroma. And a good head to it as well. So, I do excuse the noise outside. Some of the locals on their motorbikes, probably an Uber or Didi delivery, seeing as it's Saturday. Anyway, back to the beer. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, not just the aroma is honey-like, but the flavour. Yeah. There was a nice honeyness to it. Dryness. It's a dryness to it. It's not over-hopped like you would get from an IPA, especially those American ones, which seem to be an overload of hops in many ways. I don't know why they believe you should have such a large amount of hops, but this has a nice balance. Yeah. There, you get a nice dryness in the mouth. Yeah, this would go well with. Yeah, you could have this with a. Yeah, this would be good with maybe carne asada, although I don't eat carne asada. But I think with an asada de puerco, this would be a nice balance. You get that fattiness of the pork and the richness of the salsa in an asada de puerco. And this would be a great beer that would balance that out. It would work well with that kind of meat. Maybe you could have that with some cheese as well. Cheese and I don't know. It's refreshing. Yeah, it's certainly refreshing beer. Yeah, you get that fruitiness now. Semi-citric, appley. Yeah, maybe a little bit of apple. I'm not sure what hops are used, but it's certainly one that really works well. Yeah. It's a very nice beer. Yeah. Yeah, that's very enjoyable. Just looking at the can, which is it's a nice design, isn't it? Yeah, very simple, nice design. Oh dear. There's something I've noticed that has made me rather annoyed in some ways. Here I was thinking this is a beer from Monterey, and it isn't. Just look at that. How disappointing. Hecho en Estados Unidos de América por HLA Inc. Made in the United States of America for HLA Inc. Well, that's pissed me off a bit. It's an American beer. It's not Mexican. I'm beside myself. I'm drinking an American beer, not a Mexican one. Bugger. But then again, it means the Americans can actually brew real beer. But really, I have this thing about anything American at the moment due to those tariffs and the way that they are treating Mexico and Canada and every other country in the world with their tariffs and other crap, that I always say to myself, I will not buy anything made in the United States. And I have. I do apologize for giving a review of an American beer. So taking out of the equation that this is actually an American beer and not a Mexican one, I would have to give it an 8. I would have gone lower because it's American, but it is a very nice beer. Yeah, it's a very nice one. It's just... It's made in the United States. And I always say to myself, I'm not going to buy anything American. But I have, haven't I? Let's try another slurp. It is nice. Obviously, Americans that have been guided by Mexican brewers. That's what I would like to think, anyway. So, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Please like and subscribe to those little buttons along the bottom. It's always appreciated for your kindness and your likes. Thank you very much. Bye for now. See you soon.